Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So we have the first images of the World Eater rules from the upcoming White Dwarf magazine. These were posted over on Reddit. I'll include the link to that Reddit thread in the description of this video. And the World Eaters are looking absolutely bloody terrifying. The Berserkers, I think they will officially kill anything that they charge. So let's jump in and let's take a look at everything in front of us. So first up, we're going to be looking at Kharn. Yes, Kharn the Betrayer. By the way, a lot of people are asking, is Kharn getting a new model? As far as I'm aware, Kharn is not getting a new model. Berserkers are getting new models. Kharn is not. The rumor is that Berserkers and Kharn were actually designed and modeled at the same time, like they were made, but they put Kharn out on his own instead. I have no idea why. That is just the rumor. I don't know how true that is, but from what I've heard, no Kharn new model, but Berserkers definitely new model. Anyway, to the stats of Kharn. Now, his movement is still the same, which is 6 inches. Weapon skill and ballistic skill are 2+. Now, what has changed is Kharn's strength. Kharn has gone from strength 5 now to strength 6. The toughness still remains the same at 4. Wounds has changed. Kharn used to have 5 wounds. Now he's gone to 6 wounds, and his attacks have also stayed the same at 6. His leadership is stayed the same, which is 9, and the save is of course 3+. When it comes to the weapons of Kharn, it's changed quite a bit really. So he no longer has access to frag or crack grenades, appearing to this stat sheet anyway. And when it comes to Gore Child, of course it's melee. The old stats used to be strength +1. It was -4 AP, which is still the same. The damage was D3, and the abilities for the weapon was this weapon always hits on a 2+, regardless of any modifiers. Now what we have with the new stats that are in the background is the strength is the user, which of course is still strength 6, so they've taken the +1 away, so it's not going to be strength 7 with this weapon. The AP is still the same, as I've mentioned. Damage is just flat 2 now, and there's no longer any abilities on Gore Child. So that ability of the weapon always hits on a 2+, regardless of any modifiers, has been taken away. When it comes to the plasma pistol, everything is exactly the same as the old stats. There's nothing changed with that. When it comes to Kharn's abilities, some of this stuff you'll recognize, some stuff seems new. For example, Let the Galaxy Burn, see Codex Chaos Space Marines, which should be pre-ordered by the end of this month, by the way, releasing at the start of next month. Fingers crossed that's all going ahead, so Chaos players, yeah, just look forward to the end of this month. Literally no idea what that could be. Anyone in chat want to theorize what that could be? Sigil of Corruption. This is one of his old stuff. The model has a 4+ invulnerable save. Lord of Chaos. This is a aura. While a friendly World Eater core unit is within 6 inches of this model, each time a model in that unit makes a melee attack, reroll a hit roll of 1. A nice little captain upgrade there, I like to call it. Blood for the Blood God, of course. This is one of the old ones. So the old Kharn rules is this model can fight twice in each fight phase instead of only once, and it basically just says the same thing, but with more words, it seems. This model can be selected to fight 1 additional time in each fight phase. It must be eligible to fight each time it is selected to do so. I don't know why, but the new one makes it a lot more confusing for me, but then again, I'm not a I'm not a rule junker, like probably some of you people who are watching. The Betrayer, at the end of your movement phase, if there are any other friendly units within 3 inches of this model, roll 1d6 on a 2+, select one of those units, that unit suffers 2 mortal wounds, okay? Deadly Assassin, each time this model makes a melee attack, you can ignore any or all modifiers to its weapon. Skill characteristics, you can ignore any of all modifiers to the hit roll, okay? Mark of Khorne, each time this model makes a melee attack, if this model made a charge move, was charged, or performed a heroic intervention this turn, add 1 to the strength characteristics of that attack. And that's really all the abilities, well, that is all the abilities for Kharn the Betrayer. Next up, it's the Khorne Berserkers, and as Anakin says,
This is where the fun begins.
Because these units, for me, have got quite a bit of a buff, because the old Khorne Berserker stats were movement 6, which is the same, weapon skill 3+, ballistic skill 3+, which is the same, strength 5, which again is the same, toughness 4, which again is the same. The wounds have gone up to 2 because we know Chaos Space Marines were getting 2 wounds with everything that was happening, but their base attacks now have gone from 3 to 5 on a normal Khorne Berserker. That is a lot of chopping coming your way from these skull boys. And the leadership is the same, and the save, of course, is the same, which is a 3+. The Berserker champion is exactly the same in terms of all the stats, but the base attacks for that one has gone up from 2 to 6 base attacks with the champion. This is absolutely bloody, and I mean this in like a blood for the blood god way, bloody fantastic. But it's not really all that good because they have actually lost some stuff as well. Now, before we get into that, I just want to say, statistically, if these new Khorne Berserkers and the Khorne champion actually do make a charge, they are going to be outputting, I think it's around 61 attacks. Please, someone check my math on that. Also, they've changed the weapon name for now from Astartes Chainsaws to Berserker Chainblade. So that is a kind of different wording on the actual weapon. It seems that the stats for the weapons stay the same, but this is the big change now. So with the Berserker Chainblade, it's melee, of course. The user is strength, just like it was with the Astartes Chainsword. You do get an extra AP, so it's gone from AP 1 to AP 2. Damage is still 1, but it loses the ability now of the old Astartes Chainsword. The old Astartes Chainsword was, each time the bearer fights, it makes 1 additional attack with this weapon. The Berserker Chainblade no longer gets that, so you lose out 1 additional attack now with this new Berserker Chainblade. They also get something called Chaos Icon, and it says the bearer... They also get something called a Chaos Icon. The bearer unit gains an icon keyword each time the combat attrition test is taken. For the bearer's unit, ignore all modifiers to the combat attrition test each time a model in that Berserker unit makes a melee attack. Improve the armor penetration of that mechanic of the attack by 1. So technically that means you could be getting -3 on the Berserker Chainblade, of course with the damage 1 again. Now if we go down to the abilities, again, let the galaxy burn is in there, as we theorized before, or I theorized. I have no idea what that means. Again, pass it on to me if you know what it means. And also, Mark of Khorne, each time a model in this unit makes a melee attack, if that model unit made a charge move, was charged, or performed a heroic intervention, this turn, add 1 to the strength characteristic of the attacks. The stratagems and stuff that are also being put online at the moment, but I'm going to go through them on the live stream because I want to talk to people about them, because I actually don't really understand them that much to really go in depth with them. I don't really understand this stuff really to go in depth with it, but I love Khorne. I love the World Eaters. It is my Chaos God. If I was going to do Chaos, I'm planning to do World Eaters very, very soon once they get their new codex. I'm actually trying to hunt down some type of the lore that has been released with this White Dwarf magazine, because last time they did something like this, it was the Necrons, and they mentioned the Silent King in there. And then a couple of months later, we got the Silent King. So I'm hoping they're going to do the same for Angron as well. So if anyone has that, please let me know, DM me. I just want to read it all and just go through it all bit by bit with a fine tooth comb. Anyway, thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. Leave your thoughts, feedback down below. I'm have a nice little talk down there as we always do. See you now. Have a great day and bye-bye.